Hey guys, how's it going? Formac here. I just got some exciting news for you guys. Some changes to my big trip down here to BC, leaving Friday. Got lots of gear for this trip. Right now, you're looking at the two Heroes. This one being the 960, this one being the 1080. This one's damaged. I'm just going to use this as a battery charging station, using this battery for this one. Um, I'll get to reason why I'm using these ones here in a bit. Underneath the cameras, you have the 3 terabyte memory storage, all my cables. Um, as well as you probably noticed by my wrist in this little guidebook, I have a new Ghost. I'm liking it so far. Trying the new mount location. Tell me guys what you think there. In my hand here, I have my custom phone mount that will go onto my windscreen just above my Speedo. I just used 2 GoPro mounts, one the gooseneck and the other one just a standard. I had to actually shave out down on the original mount so the holes would line up from the two mounts. They're not meant to be like this, but it worked out pretty good. A couple stickies on each surface, and we're good to go. I'll show you where that goes. Got that right there like that. I cut away the bottom of the hard case for the belt, so I'm able to open the bottom part and plug my phone in if I can ever get it to plug in. There you go. There's a charging dock that I have for everything. This one here will be the cord that runs down to this little bag here, which where I'll have the other GoPro charging. And then, so back to the GoPros. These ones I'm actually going to be attempting to do a full time lapse of the entire trip. What I've got done for a mount, and I figured I wanted to get it as far back and as high as I possibly could without being in a danger of hooking anything like that. So if you see these types of clamps right here, these ones here are the older style. I had one with more plastic handles on it, but it was just a huge long sucker. So it didn't grip it that good anymore. So I tried to do this as budget cheap as possible. Um, so I just took the rod itself that had the clamp on it, took the clamps off, cut it in half. Um, right where it meets together, I drilled a hole through the 2 bars, and then I just took a chunk of this tube here. It's like a handle from an old mop or something like that, and that was where I was going to use the tube clamp for the GoPro. But I just flattened out the end of it. Then I put a bolt through that as well, so it's all through 3 parts, and it's solid there. And then I used 2 GoPro mounts, just your standard mounts. Now, with this being such a relatively thick bar, I had to actually cut out the center tab on each mount and just use a couple washers. Um, for this way, it was solid, but I was having an issue with it moving side to side. And during the video, it was horrible. Time lapse, I never tried it without putting these anchors down. Um, I already drilled a hole through each one of these mounts through both pieces to secure it to the trunk. And I could always leave these mounts here and put just your camera right down there at a future time or anything like that. But these ones here, I really didn't want to do. I tried originally with a ratchet strap, and fuck, that was garbage. So I decided, well, if I was going to do this, I was going to make it in a way where I could utilize these for something else. And so if I go on another trip and I'm not doing the time lapse thing and don't want to wear this big ugly thing, um, I can just have it in an extra bag here as well and just use these as strap downs. These are just your standard eye bolts. I had to find a couple of extra nuts for them, but I just cut the opening out. I got these little adjusters from Crappy Tire. I think it was $5 for all 4 items. I already had the bolts and stuff kicking around the garage, so I tried to do it as cheap as possible. And so yeah, I think it's going to turn out really good. Check out my previous video. I did a little test here in town. I think it was like a 20-minute ride, and it ended up being like a minute and 11 seconds, I think it was. Yeah, so the only thing extra, I put these little wind guards on, and as well as I got one of those grenades that you can buy for bikes that go onto your rotor, and you're going to destroy a rotor before you get one of these off. I guarantee you that. So I just drilled a hole in my bracket, and it fit under just perfect. Very minimal wiggle. My foot peg doesn't go up all the way, but I use that when I'm riding, especially on long trips. Kick your feet back, it's not so bad. Yeah, but other than that, got a couple small chairs I'm going to drag with me, strap them down here. But now that I got my old microphone working on the new Ghost, I had to buy an adapter for it. Um, I'm going to use that for my vlogging and having it on the side of my helmet. Now the microphone is still the stock one, but I find it sounds way better on the new Ghost. I do have a new mic I'm going to try out sometime, but I already have this old one wired right through. I just put two socks over above the microphone itself and taped it all into the front pocket. But the old Drift, I was going to put it underneath the back rack and have a rear-facing view, or put it down on my license plate holder. But then I got thinking, I was like, well, Jesus, I got enough cameras on me. I said, well, my buddy's coming with me. Clip, stick it right there. I think that's going to be awesome. I am able to turn it on with the remote up to 3, 4 bike links, and I'm able to turn it on and off. So that's bonus. I can snap it on and off whenever I want. Uh, can't I just got to get him to turn it on and off, but it doesn't waste that much battery if it's just sitting there powered on. And as for the trip update as well, we're actually going to be going through Vancouver Island now, all the way from Tofino down to Victoria. But as we just get below Nanaimo, we're going to head west over to the west coast and just come down and do the loop. Um, and as well as on my way back now, we're actually going to go back up through BC, and my friend's going to meet me back just on the Canadian side of the border when I'm done from Spokane. Got 4 days down there, spend with the family. Should be a great time. Hoping this time lapse thing works out. It's a shot in the dark for me. I'm no pro editor. I need all new gear. I need a new computer, new software, but all that'll all come in time. All this stuff here I've had for a while. This is a loaner. This here I traded my blaster you see over in the corner. I only paid a couple $100 for it. This was a barely used Drift. So that was traded that, and then the Ghost. I'm going to be selling my Bender here, so maybe I might be able to offset the cost of that. But right now it's just been barter and try to do this as cheap as possible. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing what the outcome of this trip's going to be like. Hopefully, I might be able to do some uploads on the road. I'm not sure, depending on where I'm at. But anyway, have fun, guys, and keep the rubber side down. Peace out.